The exercises that actually build lasting strength are rarely the ones you see people doing, and the results you're looking for are sitting on the other side of that blind spot. Here are 6 movements that look boring on paper, but consistently deliver strength that shows up when you need it. The hollow body hold is the exercise that exposes every weakness your body has been hiding, and it does it without a single piece of equipment. You lie on your back, press your lower back into the floor, raise your legs and shoulders off the ground, and hold that position while your core fights to keep everything from collapsing. There is one specific cue that makes the difference between this working and this just being uncomfortable, and we will get to that in a second. Here's why that matters. Your core isn't just your abs. It is the central link between every upper and lower body movement you make. And when that link is weak, every other movement in your body compensates around it. Your lower back picks up the slack. Your hips tighten to stabilize what your core should be handling. That tightness you feel after a long day on your feet, or after a few hours in a car, that is often not a posture problem. That is a core stability problem, and the hollow body hold addresses it at the root. By the way, there's an underrated exercise at the end of the video that most coaches never even program into their routines. To do the hollow body hold, lie flat, and before you raise anything off the ground, take a breath, and as you exhale, gently draw your lower abdomen inward, as if you are bracing for a light punch. That is your transverse abdominis engaging, the deepest layer of your core, and activating it first is the cue that makes everything else work. From there, press your lower back into the floor, raise your legs to about 30 degrees, and lift your head and shoulders just off the ground with your arms reaching long past your ears. The goal is a single curved line from your fingertips to your toes, with nothing sagging in the middle. Start with 20 seconds and work toward a full minute as your body learns to maintain the position without shaking out of it. There's a version of your upper body that is stronger, more open across the chest, and far less likely to ache at the end of a long day, and it does not require a single pressing movement to get there. What it requires is the willingness to hang from a bar and do absolutely nothing else. The dead hang is the second exercise, and it is one of the most overlooked strength builders in existence. You grip a pull-up bar with both hands, let your feet leave the ground, and simply hang. Your shoulders decompress, your spine lengthens, and your grip is forced to work harder than it has probably worked in months. Most people discover within the first 15 seconds that their hands are the weakest link, and that discovery matters more than they realize. Grip strength is one of the most reliable indicators of how well your body is functioning overall. And when it starts to slip, things you do every day start to feel slightly harder in ways that are easy to dismiss until they are not. The dead hang rebuilds that strength at the source, and it also creates length and space through the shoulders and lats that no amount of stretching alone can replicate. Aim for 3 sets of 20 to 30 second holds, and as your grip develops over the coming weeks, push those holds longer before you rest. Keep your shoulders active rather than completely passive, meaning you should feel a slight engagement across the top of your back rather than fully dumping into the joints. That engagement is what turns a passive stretch into an active strength builder. That tension you feel in your shoulders after a few hours at a desk, or the way your upper back seems to round forward no matter how often you try to correct it, that is your body adapting to positions it spends the most time in. Sound familiar? The dead hang pulls all of that in the opposite direction, and it does it with nothing more than gravity and your own body weight. If these movements are already starting to shift how you think about training, what I'm about to share is going to make the whole picture click. Most programs ignore mobility and stability entirely, and they skip the foundational work that makes strength actually stick in your body long term. The Reset Your Body blueprint was built specifically to fix that. It focuses on the mobility and stability moves that most programs never teach, and it is designed for people who want results that show up in real life, not just in the gym. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description below the video. So you've done push-ups before, probably hundreds of them, and if they stopped feeling challenging a long time ago, the problem is almost certainly not the exercise. It is the speed. Slowing a push-up down to a 4 or 5 second descent changes everything about what your muscles are being asked to do. And the version of the push-up you have been doing and the slow tempo version are barely the same exercise. The slow tempo push-up works by extending the time your muscles spend under tension during the hardest part of the movement. When you lower yourself quickly, momentum does a portion of the work. When you slow it down, momentum disappears, and your chest, shoulders, and triceps have to carry the full load for every inch of that descent. Set up in a standard push-up position, keeping your body in a straight line from your head through your heels. Lower yourself over 4 to 5 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom without resting your chest on the floor. then press back up at a normal pace. 6 to 8 reps done this way will leave your muscles more fatigued than 20 reps at normal speed, and that is the point. And here's where it gets even deeper. The slow tempo push-up does something that faster variations rarely accomplish, which is teaching your body to stay stable under load through a full range of motion. That stability is what protects your shoulders when you reach overhead, what keeps your elbows healthy when you carry heavy things, and what makes your upper body feel reliable in the moments when you actually need it to be. Most people have a movement their body quietly avoids without them fully realizing it, and for a large number of people, it is any kind of hinge at the hip, not because the movement is dangerous, but because somewhere along the way, the body decided it did not trust it, and so it tightens up, rounds forward, or simply shortens the range without permission. The Romanian deadlift is the fourth exercise, and it is the one that directly retrains that trust. You hold a pair of dumbbells or a barbell in front of your thighs, hinge at the hip by pushing them back rather than bending at the waist. Lower the weight along your legs until you feel a deep pull through your hamstrings, and then drive your hips forward to return to standing. Think about that for a second. Every time you bend to pick something up, load the car, or reach toward the floor, your body is performing a version of this pattern. When the pattern is weak or unfamiliar, your lower back fills the gap and pays the price. When the pattern is strong, the hips handle the load the way they are designed to, and the lower back is finally free to do its actual job. Keep a soft bend in your knees throughout, and focus on feeling your hamstrings load as the weight descends, rather than just moving it through the range. 10 to 12 reps per set is your target, and the weight you choose should make the last 2 or 3 reps feel genuinely earned without your form starting to break down. There is a version of leg strength that shows up in real life, and a version that mostly shows up in the gym. And the difference between them is whether your body has learned to handle one leg at a time. Bilateral movements like squats build strength with both legs working together, which is useful, but the moment you climb a flight of stairs, step off a curb, or push up from a low seat, you are working one leg while the other transitions. That is where a lot of people quietly discover a gap they did not know they had. The step up is the fifth exercise, and it closes that gap. You stand in front of a box or a sturdy bench, place one foot fully on the surface, and drive through that heel to lift your entire body up rather than pushing off the back foot. Pushing off the back foot turns the movement into an assist. Driving through the front heel turns it into a single leg strength exercise, and those are two completely different things. Start with your body weight and 10 to 12 reps on each side, and once that feels controlled rather than effortful, add a dumbbell in each hand and feel the difference immediately. Stairs feel different. Getting up from a low chair feels different. The confidence your body has in its own legs starts to shift in a way that is hard to explain until you feel it yourself. Here's the thing. The pulling muscles across your upper back are almost certainly weaker than the pushing muscles in your chest and shoulders, and that imbalance is one of the main reasons so many people carry tension between their shoulder blades, feel their posture slowly rounding forward, and find that their upper body fatigues faster than it should. The inverted is the sixth exercise, and it is the one FitZip keeps coming back to because it works for almost every body regardless of where your strength currently is. You set a bar at about hip height, position yourself underneath it, grip it with both hands, and with your body in a straight line from your heels to your head, pull your chest up to the bar. The more horizontal your body, the harder the movement becomes, which means you can make it exactly as challenging as your current level demands. But there's something else happening that's harder to see. Every rep of the inverted row is teaching your shoulder blades to move the way they are supposed to, retraining the muscles that keep your shoulders sitting in the right position, and reducing the pull that drags them forward. Over time, that shows up as better posture, less tension through the neck and upper back, and a body that simply feels more organized and less like it is working against itself. 3 sets is enough to feel this one the next day, so focus on quality over quantity and make sure you are squeezing your shoulder blades together at the top of each pull rather than just getting your chest to the bar. That squeeze is where the postural benefit lives. If you want the full system, the link to the Reset Your Body Blueprint is in the description below.